Okay. Uh,
Alright.
so we're just getting right into draft, eh? Or
Okay,
no?
well, welcome everybody to LLW versus War. We'll be starting draft shortly.
Um. So I mean, we've played against LLW at least in scrims. They're pretty good. I think they're
Yeah,
pretty
they're
strong.
the Stormblade. I think is one of the people who definitely has more experience here in this league with competitive league. So he's
Hmm.
pretty good at doing what he can with the members of LLW to sort of make the comp that can win the best.
Right.
Uh, I think for the players they may have through he makes up for their whatever faults they may have through really good teamwork. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Um. But also, is it? I know like every single top laner in ELU plays uh Urgot. I'm pretty sure Ruckus is one of them. But I'm
I
trying.
mean, Ruckus in LLW sort of play style, Ruckus is typically turbo weak side.
Okay.
So Urgot is not the best weak side top laner.
Yeah.
He has I don't know if too many top laners in this league would respect Urgot level one. Good Urgots can build enough an advantage off of that, but ideally, if you want
Playing weak.
something that fits really good with LLW and their comps is typically something like Ornn or like a tank, which is something you'll see Ruckus play a lot. Ornn is a big Ruckus is a big fan of Ornn, so it's a good
Okay.
weak set pick too.
Uh. Okay. Ooh. I'm just pulling up other OPGGs so I have like some stats to go off of real quick. I haven't seen. Well, I guess we did play them. I played with Slushy last year on GCC, but he played AD back then. But his Silas is gross. That's the one thing I really remember about Slushy.
Was Lucy let me check again. Is he one second. Let's see. I think we played them the week before.
So draft is coming up. I see a Tom Kench ban, and then Poppy. Oh, right. Everyone bans Poppy against LLW because Soko plays it in the jungle. Just a common thing that happens every single time I see someone playing LLW.
I don't know if this is intentional, but you have the league lobby over the draft. Oh,
Uh,
okay.
I gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, Poppy's just like a really good pick overall with
Right.
the mobility creep in the game, but
Right. But then,
definitely very good into especially champions that counter Stormblade's champion pool. Poppy's really good into those. So they have really good mid jungle synergy typically if they pick
right.
like Poppy and whatever Stormblade goes with.
So the other bands, Thresh, Knock on LLW, and then Zoe Rel. Oh, that head does play Rel. Yeah, I do remember playing against that. He does pretty well with it.
But Zoe, huh?
Zoe against Stormblade, that's I feel like I've
I
seen
don't.
Stormblade play a lot of things, but I don't think I've seen him play Zoe.
Zoe is definitely not. It doesn't fit well into LLW's comps
Right.
because Stormblade cannot. Zoe is not like a good DPS sort of champion.
Right.
It plays more over like a pick comp.
See, like,
Um,
yeah.
and they like in order to run a pick comp, you need something with a little more damage in the jungle than what
Right.
Soko's shampoo pools allows. And you'd also need Nitro to run something like Jin or something. So it's a more difficult to execute comp too. We're seeing the Tristana from Karis first round. He's that's a sort of pocket pick. Interesting comp here by LLW.
I
Very. This
do
is
I
going
do
to be a
like
very
the
punishing.
globals. They have a lot of
It's a
map
very
pressure.
punishing comp.
Yeah.
So, although I'm going to
Especially
be honest, this is really this like I don't. I'm not entirely sure about the Olaf pick into Tristana Yumi so far. Olaf is more of like a counter pick.
Right. It's a weird pick, but I think maybe this is that like Soko's big champion. Oh no, he plays
I
Volibear
mean,
a
he
lot.
plays it. Volibear would be much better here,
Yeah.
actually.
I thought maybe like
Because
they were going for comfort, but that does not seem to be it.
and I mean, Olaf is very punishing if you get behind.
Right.
So
The Urgot for AS Bredy, if that's how you say that.
I'm not
Like it's
entirely sure. But
every single ELU top laner plays Urgot. It's insane. I don't understand it. Um, I don't like that into Shen if that's a Shen top, but it could be Shen support, I guess, as well.
I mean, it's for sure Shen top.
Yeah.
Shen support isn't like it's a way to kill Tristana, but like it's exclusively reliant on
Right.
Shen's flash cooldown, and it's
Right.
not good. Like you are keep in mind, they still have to pick well either top or support in that case, probably support. And their
The
comp is really
Galio
low
support.
damage. Could be Galio support.
Thigh High has been playing Galio, so it could be Galio support.
Could be that. Could be them saving the last pick.
It's Yone. So the Corky Yone on LLW side, and then Misfortune Caitlyn on War. So they're looks like they're banning mid laners, but I don't think that's Galio mid. I could be wrong, but Soko has not, or Stormblade has not played Galio mid like at all. Lissandra, that makes more sense.
So this is I mean, LLW's comp isn't bad into their top side, but it's really awful into Tristana Yumi if you cannot get a good Callista ult. They're sort of entirely reliant on like a Lissandra R. Interesting Anivia pick.
Anivia. Is that something Slushy played lately?
Not like I think Anivia here depends entirely on the quality of Anivia player, and how they use Wall. So Wall definitely keep a lookout for that cooldown during the game.
I don't see Slushy playing Anivia in like recent stats. So that's gonna be interesting. Not saying that he can't pull it off. Anivia's not insanely mechanical.
It's a good pick into pretty much everyone but Olaf.
Yeah,
It's a ranged DPS carry. It stays out of the range of Lissandra.
and it
The
can wave
problem,
through super hard if it gets behind.
yeah, the problem for LLW here is, especially in a late game team fight, either I don't think anybody in this, I don't think they're gonna 1-4, because Urgot would just probably kill Shen late game. So if they're in a linear team fight, Urgot's gonna be a sort of third carry in of itself. So you either leave Urgot to deal, like either Callista has to solo deal with Urgot, or like Galio Callista have to deal with Urgot, and then you have Olaf trying to run down a Tristana Yumi, which is not going to happen if they play it well. And you also have the wall from Anivia. So the wall from Anivia is key for Olaf here,
as well as the Jarvan ult.
Yeah, as well as the Jarvan ult.
Just because those are the only forms of CC that can stop his ult, because it's not CC, it's a wall. It's terrain. But, I mean, I don't know if I like the Callista here, personally. I mean, he could definitely pull it off. I've seen Nitro play champs like this really well. In scrims, at least. I think he could do it. I just don't know.
I just think the champion's like really hard to pilot.
Yes,
it's not like the champion's not worth the risk. Like
right
for the reward you get. Like honestly, the only really use I see for Callista is as like a sort of duo Smurfer champion, because it's it's really mechanically reliant, and it's people play stuff like Tarek Callista to like sort of Smurf. But even then, it's arguably just worse than some other champions.
A fun combo I like to play with Callista is Callista Nico, but that's just like for fun pick. Like Nico support's okay. You can do well on it, but it's just weird. But obviously that's not the case right now. They have Olaf with it. which is fine. I think it'll go well with it. They also have a lot of map pressure between Shen ult and Galio ult, so that'll be big for him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, once again, a lot of this match will come down to the use of Anivia Wall or a good J4R. If they get a good J4R, like if they get like a couple of people in there, it's going to be really hard for them to do literally anything on blue side. So
plus, especially like you get the Jarvan R down, then you can just put a Anivia R underneath it, and it's just like you just shred them.
Yeah, and I mean, what like I'm trying to find like how. I guess they Callista are in like the Galio, right? But then, and you try to get the CC on Tristana before, but then Tristana just sort of hops away. So I'm not entirely sure. Sort of what I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking over this too much.
I mean, I think they both have good paths to win. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think to be frank, War hard won draft in my opinion.
Right.
But like you see, LLW, they are incredibly short range. They do not have a single champion in their entire pool that has like an actual consistent damage ability with a range more than 600 units.
Yeah.
Like and the enemy team has a carry which literally has a draft like a range of 700 units late game. There's like
Tristana could literally just team fight from half a map away. Yeah.
Yeah, if Karis can play this well, like the game is in his hands to just run
100%,
over.
100%.
So, I mean, frankly, considering that like because the problem with Olaf here is that unless they're going for like bot lane dives, they the pick's not really useful bot lane. So they have to do something either mid or top. Mid is like the highest probability of working, but at the same time, Stormblade probably doesn't have the damage to 100 to 0, the Anivia. So it might not work.
Sandra is a very gankable lane just since she has all the CC, but
I mean, yeah, but like the problem.
But the damage does not entirely there all the time.
Yeah, the problem there is that if Anivia walls and
be out,
yeah, Stormblade would have to instantly R, just to cancel. So ideally, how Anivia plays this is she has a ward river, so she can't get ganked from behind the lane. So what she does is she immediately W's the Olaf, so he has to run around, right?
Yeah, just wasting his time.
By that time, Lissandra should be on top of her, and Lissandra is basically trying to try and chain CC. If you root Anivia, the ult doesn't stop. If you alter, then it does, right? And so like maybe you can look something there. And then the other hope is top lane, because it is fairly strong early if you can land the taunt. They have a decent 2v2. Olaf is really hard to kill. But you cannot. Shen isn't your win con, so
no. Shen can definitely win the lane early for basically for free, especially with the bubble where can't get hit by autos, because that just literally shuts off Urgot's W, I believe.
The one it doesn't shut it off.
He just doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the case with every auto attacker champion, and if you play correctly, like you can play around that. But yeah, moreover, the reason is that that top side is extremely reliant on Jarvan EQ and Urgot E, right? Maybe Ruckus, maybe Kunas. It depends. Level 1 is crucial for this top lane. If Urgot gets a good level 1 sort of like poke trade, then they could do a lot. That could give them a lot of breathing room. And I guess the other thing I'm gonna say is that like LLW's comp doesn't really have like a win con. Their win con is sort of like have like a really good team fight, land like a 4-man Galio R with Lissandra, but like the enemy carries a Tristana Yumi, who's gonna like they just hop away, like they especially with the cleanse on Paris.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You can't cleanse Lissandra R, but you can cleanse a bunch of other stuff. So I guess that makes it fun. Chief Patar on Yumi.
You mean heal exhaust? No ignite down in the bot lane. Except for on the Galio, I guess, yeah. Alright, and we are in the game. Cool. See if there's any sneaky invades. It would not appear the way they're trying to set up. It looks like almost standard 5-point. Alright. No, but also with their team fight, just the Anivia R, it shreds everybody. Shreds through them.
And yeah, the problem late game is that there are too many threats, and your comp is only good at killing like one, maybe two people, and it cannot do much else than that.
Like Tristana can just jump away. Anivia has her passive, ideally in those fights at some point or another. So it's just
ideally, ideally, Anivia should literally never be in a situation, where she has to use passive.
She's gonna be farther away, but as like a backup.
Because like, here's the thing: if Stormblade uses E to go in, then one of the two carries will kill him, or Urgot will just AOE him to death.
Right.
So he has to like ult W like immediately, either self ult or Zanya's. But if he self ults, and he can't CC anybody, right?
Right.
And then you gotta hope the rest of LLW can follow, because Stormblade might have E, but if Galio uses E to sort of get closer to the fight, he doesn't have E for the knock-up. Like, Nick or Soko has to run. He has no mobility. He has to run straight at him. And so does Ruckus. He has to wait to use Taunt. So.
The Sandra is not much of a carry champion late, because you can only really target one person with your R, and you can't blow anyone up.
It can be, but it's really more overextels at sort of kiting back team fights into these melee champions. Urgot here should be like forcing a level 1. He should really force level 1, because he beats basically everybody. I don't know. Level 2 might be fine too, but if Shen has Spirit Refuge, like look at that damage.
That's insane.
That's Urgot level 1. And ideally, I don't know if you were looking. Urgot was in position in that top left bush in the river. I don't know if Ruckus just took the safe path. I wasn't watching topside.
Right. I did not see that, but yeah. And also Callista, I don't think if you fall behind at all, you're not going to be able to carry as well as Tristana for sure.
Well, frankly, the pick's just absolutely useless unless it stops early game. That's why people don't play it. It is utterly worthless late game.
Like, yeah, 100%. Unless you're like super fed.
Interesting play here. A little bit of a sort of a short trade here. Not a lot they can do. They don't have to go for this top grab.
Urgot? When Soko just flashes away?
Yeah, so actually, here's the funny thing that happened there. Urgot used E from out of vision, and Soko didn't realize that, so he actually flashed what he thought was gonna be the Urgot E.
He thought he was gonna get E, but in realistic,
but he had already used it from fog.
Yeah.
So trade here. I think Kopesk noticed that Nick or Soko did not take all of his camps, so he's going to trade. Bot lane should be hard backing off here on War's side, or just playing a lot more safely. I don't know if they have a ward there.
They do. I can see it right on top of where.
They can extend if they want a little bit.
Backing up. Well, it looks like they are backing up, so it looks fine. I really thought this matchup was going to go differently top. I guess I just didn't think about that.
I thought Urgot hard stomps like level 1, and then he gets progressively weaker until level 9, where he really spikes.
Okay.
And ideally, Urgot just really needs to get 2 items. And the more items Urgot gets, like after 2, he becomes more and more of a monster. It's just, it's a really weird sort of way of thinking of power spikes, because most champions just have a very linear, like, sort of, either like one very set power spike or a very linear creep towards their power spikes. Right.
Like
So you
you
have stuff
scale.
like Kale or Cassid in 16.
Yeah.
That's a very obvious like power spike at 16 that you
Yeah.
know is gonna happen. But Urgot's really weird because your level 1 is godlike, your level 2 and 3 are okay, but every level through that is not the best. Matched, there's a TP coming up, they should just leave. Oh, it's cancelled. They can continue to take the fight. You might have to flash
Oh.
here. Jarvan EQ will not be up.
He burns the flash.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he didn't have to burn the flash if he did not see J4 use flag.
Right.
So, but decent
Better
Wednesday
safe.
top. Sort of just a farm battle mid. The Sandra has a bit of an advantage.
Drag. Elf's taking drag. Just by himself. There we go. If they get that dragon stacking, that's probably going to be a good win con for them at least.
I'm sorry. What's the dragon? It's a little blurry.
They just took an infernal, and then this was cloud. Yeah.
This was cloud. Okay, so, and it was I'm assuming LLW who took it, or
yes, LLW took the first dragon. Yep.
Yeah. So LLW actually they're since Olaf is going to be much stronger at level 6. What they could do is sort of look to take a fight, and ideally, what LLW really wants to do is sort of find an angle where they can split Tristana, Yuumi, from Anivia J4, because Anivia is really killable for LLW in these river fights if they can actually split them apart.
Yeah.
But if they because if they play very linearly, it's actually very bad for LLW because Wall can do a lot. You got ult; it's gonna do a lot of the AOE damage. But Kapesky, if we're looking for a gank, bit of a preliminary W, but Kapesky eats it.
Slushy's also coming down, but not really anything out of that.
No harm done there on Slushy's roam, but yeah, not a lot of stuff happening mid. They're just sort of pushing back and forth. Ideally, LLW has to be hard freezing bot lane here.
Yeah.
Like Kalista should be up like several CS. Like
she's actually down right now. Yeah.
Not necessary. Does Relic CS count for both?
I believe so.
Okay, so yeah, then she's down. That's really bad. And I mean, here's the funny part about this. Tristana Yuumi is actually in a bit of an anti-synergy lane, at least in lane, if you want to play safe. Because Tristana will push wave, that's just the nature of the champion with E-passive. So if they could just hold the freeze, like, if Nitro just didn't push that, they could do a lot bot lane there. He's looked like he's getting ganked. If he has ult, he might be able to... Okay. My pointless flash there, he's already slowed, he doesn't have boots.
Right.
But if he landed ult, he might have been able to trade. Capes does not beat Jarvan. Capes does not beat him there, so he'll... Interesting pathing? Okay.
I looked it up, the stacks
he cannot kill him there. Olaf just kills him. Oh, Olaf does happen to be out of mana, but J4 still has R. They just sort of forgot that. And they punish him for that.
Ooh. That's really good for them, actually, I think. It gets the Olaf a little bit more ahead, so he has more pressure. Or more power, I guess, is better. What, you saying that?
Yeah. So they don't notice that they have the J4 ult, and they get hard punished for that. Or the... Channel.
Yeah, I got it.
Good engage here by a trade.
Getting some damage on the Yuumi.
R is trading back well too. Was that an ignite off of Croc?
Yes. Croc did ignite.
Interesting ignite there. Not a lot of... You can't really work off that. Kalista had R, but I guess a bit of anti-synergy. Might be a kill here onto Shen if they play it right.
Taunts away. I think he's out. Oh, no, never mind.
They might have him, but AS Brady is...
And Olaf is up there now.
Situation. Counter gank will result in one kill, may result in another.
Stormblade.
Stormblade does not have the damage to kill him here. This might actually be a kill on the Anivia if he does not respect it. Soko has to flash away off the damage there. Frankly, I didn't know if J4 had Cataclysm at the beginning of the gank, but he should have just like waited for Shen to use E and then immediately ulted.
Yeah, he should have used it a lot earlier. He shouldn't have used it under tower like that. Hindsight is 2020, but I don't think you do that. It's more of a I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me type of thing.
Yeah. So the problem you already see it happening there that Urgot will definitely just out damage everybody in the game, right? Like eventually, like really bad wave state there top lane. Interesting. I mean, like I don't mean to be harsh on Frank, but you do that in a higher elo solo queue game, and you sort of just screwed your own lane over. So.
Right. I play support. I'm so bad at wave management, so I don't know how.
Ideally, so what happened there is he saw that he pushed the wave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't hard crash it.
Because if you want
to look for a recall timer, well, no. You need in order to bounce it, you need a hard crash it.
Yeah.
So, and you can look for a recall timer then, but you need to make sure the wave crashes or they can freeze.
Right.
Which once
I'm slowly learning, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean this is important because there's a lot of champions can get ruined if you freeze on them because they don't have a lot of pushing power.
Yeah.
So, for example, Shen is actually really bad if you freeze on him.
Because he has no way to farm at a distance. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean within the scope of like a competitive play.
Right.
Because if you freeze on a Shen and you sort of slow down the overall tempo of the map, there's really nothing Shen can do. Shen does not have pushing power. He has absolutely no wave clear. So he cannot really do anything about the wave being frozen. Good trade there. He's gonna look for an all-in. Does not have the damage. But Soko here. Gonna miss the axe, unlucky. Good juke.
Just kind of hovering. Oh, they used the Herald. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's about a hit 14. You really want to use this Herald early. Yeah, to get the plate. Really, gold on the Sandra is pretty good too. Ideally, you want the gold either on Liss or Callista. Callista down a level here on Karis. Not ideal. Really not ideal. This champion being behind early game is really, really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no. You want to play Callista for early game. That's the one big thing I know about Callista.
Yeah, the Callista pick is just like the reason people don't pick it once again is because it has to smash early or it is useless. So aside from being an incredibly hard champion to pilot, it's
next to useless if you don't do anything early. The Shen already has Anathemas. That's kind of big.
Anathemas is a really cheap item, so
yeah,
it's not
so strong right now.
It's not necessarily like it's situationally strong. Arguably a little too strong situationally, right. But it's a good buy here by Ruckus. Brady here realizes what he needs to do. That's what he should do correctly there. Shen can't hold that, so that's what he needed to do. Brady can look for a back timer here. I don't know if he has anything important. Does that build into Gorge Drinker or Cleaver? Is the question. Brady should have just looked for a back there. Not a lot to do. Time to just recall. Right. Possible kill here. Instant ult by J4. Good Cataclysm. Shut down. Ideally, you should have gone on Tristana, but possible kill here. Oh, landed the ult while we weren't looking, and AS Brady gets a solo.
Nice.
even through the anathemas. And like reminder, the reason he has anathemas is because they cannot answer Brady in side lane. Okay, Galio R, bit of anti-synergy. No reason to flash out there. Lissandra's not in ult range, maybe.
And he doesn't have ult up. He just used it.
Yeah, I mean, get escaped by Stormblade. A bit of anti-synergy. But ideally, LLW, aside from the two dragons, which is just off of having an Olaf, right? That's important. But they really needed a look sort of for place here. Like, that. Why don't they just kill him? No.
Shen ult him.
Oh, that is true. There is a Shen ult. I sort of just forgot about that. But no Shen are here. Brady's still top lane, so they get a Herald off of this. Cannot contest. 3 top side. And ooh, Karis, you should back here, my friend.
Bold strategy.
Just
pays off.
Back. Just back.
TP in.
Interesting.
They don't get the kill either.
Qatar just not healing him.
Yeah. Ooh.
Good TP, but ideally they just don't do that, and they live. They're taking the fight up here, okay? Olaf is on Gore Drinker. That was the reason that was winning. Kapaskan only components in that fight. Just got Gore Drinker in base.
He did. So they want to fight
bot lane.
Pass got Herald.
Pass got Herald. Okay.
For war, yeah.
I mean, second Herald's not that big of a deal. It's really only used
to get plates in first turret, which is
the other thing Herald is used for. Moreover, is into comps with really good wave clear that sort of want to turtle into late game. It can be really good for getting these side turrets, which are hard to get normally.
Right. First turret mid lane though.
Yeah, that's important for LLW. It opens up the map. If LLW can, they should get an advanced mid ward here. It'll tell them a lot about their rotations. Most importantly, it'll tell them where Karis is. But...
Looks like we're all heading to drag. Looks like we're gonna fight a drag over this.
LLW is split. Karis should be right next to Chief Vitar. They have vision. Okay. Oh, 2-man are here. This is very big. Soko cannot escape here.
Nitro's getting split off the side, dying.
Solo's Nitro, but he is very low. Chief Vitar possibly dead. Should be dead here. Good kiting back by Slushy. Chief Vitar back on. And it is 3 for 2 on Slushy's side.
Oh?
Ooh,
little taunt?
Soko does have the damage to kill here.
Yep.
Good stun by
the axe on the Yumi.
I mean, she just dies. The champion has no base MS, and you're running away from Blue Smite a lot. Ideally, what Croc with a good stun, Brady with a TP, should be a kill here on Brady. Didn't notice the Shenar, so it isn't.
Shenar in.
The pass could just leave. Nothing you can do here. Nope, just leave.
Third Drake probably going to LLW here. It's 1 away from Soul. That's a big power spike for them, I think.
I mean, keep in mind that the initial fight was actually won by War.
But the re-engage coming in with that taunt, especially right in front of the Dragon Pit, getting 2 of them, that was big.
I mean, ideally what they do there is they wait the cooldown on an Anivia wall. Oh, pick here by LLW. Good pick.
See ya, Slushy. Comes with a free Yumi kill.
Ooh, kill.
What are you doing there?
I mean, yeah, ideally you should just not be in the jungle at that stage.
You see your team die mid lane right there. I think you back up. Yeah, 100%.
You go through the right side of your jungle.
Or you just walk back towards your turret, yeah.
Yeah, one thing that LLW should have used that it's a little harder for War to get vision because Yumi cannot walk in by yourself while Galio can, and Galio walking in 2v2 is a lot better than anybody with Yumi. So.
Yumi walking in 1v2.
Okay,
You just die.
gold. However, even with the result of that fight, they should still be ahead. Interesting Herald here by Kapesk. Not very good.
He's gonna get the tower, but I think it's at the cost of his
No, he
life.
dies.
100% he dies, yeah.
And,
There it is.
sort of no reason to do that. Especially because Baron spawns in 22 seconds. If there was a place to use Herald, it would have been bot lane. LLW might look for something here. Shen matching Anivia. Anivia will have TP soon, but it still looks to have another 30 seconds on the cooldown or so. Anivia should just be perma pushing here. They have no vision on everybody else, but as long as they get a river ward, they should not be able to. If they go on Anivia and they'd have to send Stormblade, and then there's literally no way they win the fight. Ooh, nice try. Top side without Stormblade to lock down Tristana.
Right. They probably. It's going to be hard for Lissandra to get on him, but if Lissandra does, Lissandra has the lockdown as well, but it's going to be harder.
The problem is, like, with Anivia splitting at least, for now, they have to be able to contest that. It's Shen right now, but, like Slushy should just be, like, sitting at the turret, like, harassing it. Like, he should just put R on the minions.
Right. Just shoving the wave. Thigh high with a E that whips.
Okay, pretty up here. They might look for him. They have the rest of his team coming. Stormblade's not afraid to move. They commit a lot, and this might be a Baron. Okay. Not sure why Slushy is not bot lane and not permanently within vision of Shen. So they have inside track to mid. They will get this mid turret. Interesting that LLW does not force a Baron. LLW's comp does do no damage to Baron, but they have to try and force something here. Like, Kallista's going to get worse and worse by the minute. And Slushy and especially Prady here is going to get more and more problematic in a side lane. You also have the TP on Anivia now, and that means Anivia can sort of sit bot.
Just sit bot and wait for something to happen to TP.
Power should not be the one matching here. It should be Anivia.
Yeah, Drag's not up for another minute. Drag's up in a minute, like 10. So there's not much of a reason to shove that out quite yet.
I mean, it's gonna ping pong back and forth anyways. He can shove that out if he wants to, but ideally Anivia should be the one bot lane right now. Because Shen cannot do anything into Anivia. If they send Soko, they might be able to do something if Shen lands a flash taunt, or if Olaf plays it well.
We'll pick on the Galio. Oh, possibly. The bomb plant has to flash. They're setting up for drag. They need to get this dragger.
Yeah, well, drag is 19 seconds, and War seems to have pit prio. Tristana in the mid lane. LLW might look for Tristana here. Croc has no flash. That flash is very key for engaging onto members of... Okay, engage there. Gets one onto Kalista,
just jumps over the wall. Yeah.
Karis is getting engaged on, hops away. Urgot has to do a lot here. Sort of just getting kited. And they're really just letting... Yumi's really just letting them run down Karis, which should not be the case here. So, actually what happened this game, what looks to be so far, is Olaf got these kills sort of from especially like top lane skirmishes and off fights. And that gold has at least allowed him for now to be a really big, it's sort of a big diving problem.
Yeah, so he's just going to solo Dragon while the rest of the team goes to Baron. Interesting.
Well, yeah, that's...
yeah, they can definitely...
Yeah. Can they do this? I mean, it's going to take a while, but they can.
Right, but... by the time Jarvan's up, Olaf's going to be up here. and Olaf will bring a lot more damage
If
to
I
it.
if I was War, I would definitely look to potentially contest this, but
Yeah, got
that is
Stormblade
Mountain
behind the
Soul.
pit. That is Mountain Soul. That is big. And they're not even contesting Baron. They didn't even step up at all.
Sort of took a little while to walk out of base. Chief Patar
Yeah.
doing something legitimately
Oh,
illegal.
wow.
That's reportable.
Just walking up as Yumi.
Your face checking blind as Yumi when they were just on that.
Yeah.
LLW possibly able to end mid, but the wave is not there, so they will not be able to end. Definitely an inhib though. Not very good positioning here by
Looks like they're
Chief
just gonna
Patar.
shove by.
The overall quality of you can see that like on the War side, sort of
Mm.
for the most part, when you watch stuff like LCS, you won't notice it that much because both junglers are really good at sort of maintaining their linear clear efficiency or whatever type of clear they're doing. They're very good at maintaining efficiency. Oh, that's the FF vote from Red side. They are
Oh,
up.
wow.
Okay, gold. Okay.
I mean, I guess I understand the FF. I don't know.
They are up 10k gold, but I mean, War still did have a chance, in my
There was still
opinion.
a shot in the game, but
I mean, it was hard if they played it well, but like they burnt a lot of cooldowns, and I don't know. It's just War sort of is not showing the synergy that LLW has. I don't know if they have like a designated shot caller, but they Stormblade's a pretty good shot caller, at least on LLW side. So, and when you are playing something with as punishing as Lissandra, and the enemy team doesn't respect it, especially Chief Patar here on
right.
the Yumi.
That was just disrespectful. There's no reason to step up like that. There's absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the play there was. But yeah,
Like,
just it's just general sort of independent misplays here. You can see that a lot of key plays, especially that like the disrespecting of Shenar, stuff like that.
right.
Really not that great.
Yeah, I definitely think LLW was kind of stomping that, which isn't super surprising. They're very strong, as I said earlier. But also, didn't they play entire? Isn't this the same roster they had last season? Isn't it entirely the same?
Yeah, that is the same roster.
Yeah. So I mean, they do have the synergy from beforehand. Like they've played together for a while, whereas War is a new team this year. So
I mean,
not surprising that they were that
it's
much.
moreover sort of like their comp piloting abilities.
Right.
I don't know if they
Right.
did it on purpose, but Red Side War did outdraft LLW there. It's just they didn't know what their comp did, and they were
Right.
not playing that comp's win context.
Right. It looks like we might be taking a small break.
All right. Alrighty. So we should be pretty soon back for game 2.
What do you think they change here on the war side?
On the war side, to be frank, I think they won draft. I just think they sort of failed to sort of execute what they had to do.
Right.
I don't think the J4 pick was fine too. It doesn't have to force anything early game. The problem was them taking these sort of fights topside, where sure Shen might have died, but Olaf got fed enough that it didn't matter if Brady hit power spike, and Olaf could sort of just run around killing them. And the problem with Olaf into that team is that, especially if Olaf gets 2 items, they don't really have damage to kill them unless they're in a really drawn out fight and they play it slow. What War really had to do that game was sort of play these fights out really slow, and they sort of didn't.
They swapped the Olaf ban.
Interesting.
I don't quite remember what they had banned before, but Olaf wasn't banned because they played it.
Interesting. Zoe banned once again.
Yeah, I haven't seen Storm play Zoe, and I don't think, like what we were saying earlier, how it doesn't really fit how LLW wants to play usually. So I don't get it.
Stormblade has to fill a bit of a hyper carry role,
right.
So if his champions cannot deal a relatively high amount of damage over time, then they're not exactly that good in terms of comp.
First picking the Shen.
B1 Shen is not something I personally like, and that's on War side too.
Yeah. So I don't understand why that's such a high priority to them, why they first picked away. Maybe they think that's what part of the power was on their team?
It's not it really shouldn't have been. I don't know if he wasn't playing the top lane matchup too well, but is that a potential Elise pick here?
Volibear.
Yeah, that makes a little
more sense.
This is bread and butter LLW, by the way, Ornn Volibear top side.
Right. And that's like Soko's most played champion.
Yeah, Soko really loves playing these Divine Sunder Bruisers, independent of their balance state, which, if you ask me personally, I think they're horrendously overtuned in terms of damage. But this, given the nature of the game, they're champions with a decided role. I think it's a really good pick for LLW.
I do like the Trundle pick into what we've seen from LLW. I don't see that Kappaska's played it.
I don't know if it can duel the Bard. Okay.
I love me some Bard.
Bard is it. Bard, I don't like Bard, and I'll tell you why. You would think once you get to like an Elo, like Diamond 3 or Diamond 2, that people would sort of know how to pilot their champions a little better. And some people do, but the amount of Bard 1-tricks in Diamond 3 and Diamond 2 who cannot pilot Bard is sort of statistically impossible. Like, there are so many Bard 1-tricks, and they sort of just cultivated this dislike of the champion for me, I'm going to be honest. It's so hard to pilot. I don't think anybody in North America can pilot it. Like,
I think now's a bad time to say that Bard is my main.
I mean, I
love the chat.
Isn't the Big Lemowski here a seasoned, Korean top laner?
That's sure. Yep, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah,
I thought I saw you right next to Faker on the rank ladder.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, I'm not silver 2. I swear.
Like Big Lemowski, is that renowned Bard, high elo Korean Bard 1-trick right next to Showmaker's TF? Like, come on, man.
Dude. The Vel'Koz ban? I don't know why you're not banning that first rotation instead of the Zoe, but sure, yeah.
I mean, it's LLW is really, really good linear team fight here. It's their comp's a lot easier to play.
Right.
I'm not sure what War did with their draft, if you want me to be honest.
I think not banning Rakan there is kind of troll. Because now they can get just, no matter what they pick on War's side, there's the Rakan.
They have no damage on war. Like, I know they haven't picked the carry roles, but like they have no damage.
But Zaire Khan pretty much wins every lane from what I'm aware of. Zaire and Khan are just so well together.
No, it has weaknesses. Zaya is a very short range AD carry,
Right.
and anything that can mess with Rakan, W and stuff like that can really counter him. So like stuff like Nautilus can actually Q him out of W, and if Rakan doesn't hit W, the champion's not worthless, but really close to that. So
Aphelios.
So a lot of pressure on the Aphelios here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. This pick looks kind of hard to pilot here.
I don't really like Aphelios with Bard. I don't think that's a good.
I don't
Like-
like LeBlanc here. I'm not sure. Its only point is to sort of kill Aphelios.
Yeah.
I do think Stormblade has the positioning to sort of flank on LeBlanc, and that might make it good. But I mean, pros like LeBlanc. I don't really like the champion.
She can be very annoying, but I do like playing her when I play mid. But I don't play mid very often.
The problem with LeBlanc is that her trade patterns are really linear. So if you can, it's like it just punishes people who don't know how to trade in mid.
Right.
So
Bard is a champion that Cheapatar has played. I don't think Aphelios works well with it. I don't know if just Cheapatar doesn't have a champion that can go with it, because like obviously Thresh is banned, and that's like the go-to to pair with Aphelios. But I don't know. As much as I love Bard, I don't think it's a good pick here.
let's see. I mean, I think something like a Lulu would be a little better, to be frank. Lulu would be kind of godlike. Like if their comp is actually pretty decent. If you draft something like Aphelios, Shen, like Lulu, like that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Then like you have like TF to sort of like TF can sort of burn a Zaya R really easily. So. Yeah, these are drafts.
these are drafts. Yeah, Bard's just gonna leave, and Aphelios is gonna get dove.
If Bard leaves, I would like. Bard cannot leave unless he's matching a Rakan roam. Bard cannot leave.
Right, but that's the problem. Like Bard as a champion is designed to roam.
I mean, yeah, but like there's you have to like if you just leave your AD carry to die under tower, right. That's not like you having to play the champion that way. That's you like losing the game for your AD.
Picking bad times to move.
Oh yeah. All right. I mean, let's see. Like, yeah, as you go up, one of the sort of other concepts that we can talk about is the idea of like a roam timer, right? So like the higher up you go, people will adjust to these roam timers more and more because they know that if they do not follow sort of the roam timer that they have, they will lose a lot, whether it be in CS or something like that. It's like, for example, roam timers for like a support is like right after the AD carry backs if they don't need to, after they just crash a wave. Or if the AD carry is soaking a wave but they can match a roam, that's fine too. If they see the enemy support on the other side of the map, they can roam sort of towards mid instead of going top. Like those are sort of like the roam timers people would watch out for. Sort of like, and these roams can really catch people off guard sometimes in low relos. Like one of the cheesiest, easiest example I can think of is if you guys know Red IRL, he's famous for playing Twitch. The guy does off of level 3, he goes immediately to mid. And that's like usually that's a kill because that's like really cheesy stuff. But it's a it's a runtime he can do because he
Right.
just spec'd. You got
Like-
spec to delay counting down.
Yep. So someone's saying Chief is a Bard main. I
Do not believe Chief Patar remains Bard unless
He has played 2 games of Bard in the past 7 days.
That is not what I would call a Bard main.
Let me look. Let's see the full stats, maybe, because that's just the past 7 days. This season, 11 games in ranked on Bard.
That's not on a Bard.
Whereas they've played 41 games on Thresh and 70-something games on Pike. So, I mean, from what I've seen, Patar is best on Thresh, which, I mean, Thresh is just a very good support, I think, in general. Very powerful, lane dominant, but can also still help roams and everything. Because it's just, that kid is so good.
Yeah, it's well, there's a reason it's one of the like permanently picked supports in the game.
It's if you want to play support, Thresh is like the main thing I would say you need to learn. Like if you have a good Thresh, you at least have one good champion you can play at any time. Like even if Thresh is weak, I think he's still a good champ. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the reason Thresh would really be only weak relatively is because, like, his champion provides like a lot off of like Thresh doesn't really care about his stats. He more of just cares about his CC.
Right.
It's like similar to an Alistar about like Alistar only really cares about hitting level 6.
Right.
Aside from that, Alistar does not really care about EXP, so that's why like Alicopter runs a lot in Alistar, and that's why like Thresh can roam too.
Right.
Especially like Lantern saving someone from like a doomed 1v1 or something.
Just a lot of utility in that kid.
Yeah.
Because you can choose, he can engage, he can disengage, he can do it all. Like he's just insane, I think. Like you have the Flay, you can use the Flay aggro or you can use it passively. The hook, you can use aggro or passively, like to engage or disengage. It's not as good as Flay for that, but I just think the champ's insane, personally.
It is just a really good chance. So.
Spellbook on TF, is that a usual thing? Is that what people usually run?
Yeah, they can run that.
Okay.
TF cares about inspiration, so you can run that.
That's fair.
Lots of teleports on their side. Stormblade with Ignite. And the thing about a TF is once he gets past these like tough early levels in this log, he doesn't really have to play lane. So
yeah, he just shoves lane and teleports somewhere else.
Yeah. So I'm assuming he's going for sort of like the utility build here with like Everfrost and Fire Cannon.
Mm-hmm. Just for those long range stuns. Makes
sense.
sense.
They're ideally they do that to sort of try and to be able to burn Xayah. If War has their synergy on point, they can actually Trundle Pillar Xayah, and Bard can stun off with that.
That's fair, yeah.
Even if there's no one around. So they could do a TF card into a Bard Q into like Trundle Q, and Xayah should just be. It depends on whether or not Nitrodax respects the TF card. So yeah, you can either just burn a Xayah if she mispositions like it, or she dies. Alright. Yep.
So, I don't think either team invades here.
No, they... I mean, LLW might do a lot, sort of like what they do when they walk up to this top push, but...
Cheeky late invade?
No, they'll just get like, they'll just get like deep vision.
Right.
If they do. Yeah, it's sort of just hanging back. Nitro should be a little higher up in this jungle. He doesn't have to play that far back. sort of just
getting actual vision on the entrance
on
to
the
see if
river.
anyone's out there. Yeah.
Yeah, that entrance is really safe. There's no spots where they can cheese you.
Right. Especially with someone standing on the other side of the wall in that brush, because they can't walk up there either.
Decent ward.
Corrupting potion on both LeBlanc and Orin.
That is what they were.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. Also, because Orin can buy, items out of base, so he can.
Yeah.
The only thing he's not allowed to buy is potions, so it's
right.
good for corrupting. Good trade here by Slushy, considering he has bone plating, but if he pulls a yellow card, it would have been a little better. Bone plating out of him. This trades will be sort of favored for Stormblade now. I think one of the things Stormblade could do to gain a lead here is trading and spacing is something that can make your lane opponent look really bad or really good if you're subjectively like worse or better than them.
Right.
So for example, if you sort of know how to trade around when people hit creeps, especially on LeBlanc, that's really strong because it's you can't really mess up a LeBlanc trade if they're in range,
Yeah, it's hard to miss. It's QWE and then you just W back.
You auto QW.
Oh yeah,
Auto threading adds a lot of damage.
So. Proxy electrocute faster too, which is getting the bone plating off. Ooh. Nice little trade from Stormblade there.
Yep. Trading into Ruckus on Brady's end.
But the thing with Orin is he just always comes online no matter what, is what I've noticed, at least in the games I play.
I mean, the Orin is just he's a late game scaling tank. He's meant to be really just utility. He can do some like cheesy stuff topside.
They're invading blue side jungle. Capes might go down here.
They do not have top prio, so this is the play. Capes goes down. Not a lot they can do. The dueling power of early game Volibear is really strong. And this is a good move by LLW. They know that they have priority in all lanes. Not much Capes can do here. What they can actually do if... One of the things they could have done, actually, if they really wanted to sort of big brain it... actually... I mean, he could have counter cleared. He could have cleared, like, into bot lane.
Right.
Sort of left tap... Like, they can't really... It's kind of hard for them to dive a Shen. So he could have done that. We'll probably double crab him here. Bot lane has first move. They should be moving right now. On War's side, at least, he should get the crab here.
Mid lanes are also coming over, it looks like.
Yeah,
Storm will get there first.
He should get the crab first.
Oh, looks like we get a fight.
That's a flash on Stormblade, onto Soko, by Soko onto Helios there. Flashed out by Capes. Ooh, this fight is not looking good.
Lucy has to flash there.
Huh.
They're still just
so not really well played by War. They should have played a little more slowly. The Croc just didn't have to do this. He would have actually just killed him without flashing if just one round because TF has no flash. So he could have just gone around and gotten the kill. Interesting overextend here. I mean,
TF.
Soko. Some of the things I've seen with the pathing in these junglers is that they don't really care about the efficiency of their clears and would rather just sort of hang around a lane for a little while. I mean, it can work on some junglers. Nunu is like infamous for this, but like it throws people off guard because it's not correct pathing sometimes. So
like it's in a way counter logic gaming.
Well, that's what it is. It's suboptimal play being optimal because of the suboptimal part of it.
because people don't expect it to be suboptimal. Yeah.
Yeah,
They don't expect you to do the bad play. Yeah.
It's like sort of the argument of when you
Soko
do you go for like do you try to predict someone's flash if you know they have it, you know?
Right.
And if so, for example, if you the art like no matter if you predict the flash and they flash into it, like yeah, that's nice. But ideally, what you should always do every day of the week is just toss it where they are, or where they will be, and not try and predict the flash because that guarantees the flash at least.
Is starting dragon here while Soko's taking the entirety of topside. Yeah. I think he.
Yeah. So you can see that the reason he can do this is because Soko actually delayed his clear in order to be like bot side for that regank.
Right.
Trundle should have this. Yes, might.
Pass has to smite earlier, yeah.
That's fine.
He still gets it. It's not exactly, yeah.
This is big. That's pretty big. They do need this early dragon to get Aphelios into later in the game. They may not be able to contest some of these dragons later, so this early dragon is kind of important.
Soko just the way I've seen that he plays Volibear is he gets a lead and just invades and makes you useless the rest of the game. So that's actually kind of big.
It's just I mean, keep in mind, like it's not something particular to Soko here. It's probably a call that like Stormblade made regarding all lanes having priority.
Right.
But he does like to play very aggro on Volibear. Volibear is one of those champions that can sort of
he just plays aggro.
It has an egregious amount of damage, is the way I'll put it.
Plus the health regen, if you even are taken low, you just heal it all back up.
I don't like this is independent of the game, but I really don't like these champions that have like this much independent agency. Like Volibear could do so much, man. That's it's one of the reasons that we don't like letting it through ban phase when we play LLW.
Dive mid?
It's not a dive, it's just a trade. Yep, oh, it is a dive. Huh.
Shen TP in, they back up.
If he had gold carded there, that would have possibly been a kill, but
he still gets out without burning anything though, so that's good.
He didn't have anything to burn.
That's fair, yep.
He would have been dead.
Roaming up, Shen solo killing there.
Interesting here. They might be able to kill Croc here. Stormblade has to stay close to. Yeah. Croc has to stay close to Stormblade because Stormblade could W out and Croc could follow with E. Right. But if Stormblade leaves him alone, Croc might just die or have to burn W.
Yep.
We'll call that keyboard difficulties on the Bard queue. But definitely should look for this dive here. Good call. Maybe could have held that.
Don't know if they're gonna get it.
They should hard go for this. No, they should hard go for this. I don't know why they're not forcing it.
They don't get it in time, yeah.
But Chief Patar could have just ulted the turret.
Right.
With Xayah there. And it doesn't matter if the turret's up for when they're diving. They could just dive anyways. Because, you know, Rakan is still... I think they saw him topside in the ward. But they don't see him get there. If Rakan is not within 2,000 units of Xayah, she's dead as hell.
Right. They're just playing, I think, safe because they need the Aphelios to scale. They don't want the Aphelios to fall behind, I think, is a big thing.
Oh, absolutely. Aphelios is their win con here.
Right.
Aphelios has to be able to be relevant here. If Aphelios is not strong enough to sort of eventually whittle them down,
they should lose.
And so one of the things that sort of LLW could do is, for example, what happened, like the equivalent to what happened last game that could happen in this game, is sort of Soko continuing to snowball this lead of his, and getting sort of like Sunder, Sterax, and Anathemas onto Aphelios, and like I've seen that combination of items win fights that it should not, like at all.
Range gold card. It looks like Soko is just going to take Herald solo.
Well, yeah, they have mid priority, top priority. They can't really play top side of the map right now. Right. The Pest can't really force anything down here. Oh, this might be a kill on Xayah if they go on her. Hello?
Yeah, Fulton.
TF has
Gold
R.
card, gold card.
This should be a
Yep.
fight that should be luck by them.
They might get Storm here.
They should try to get Storm. Might be a kill into Storm here. Should have saved the R for someone else, but yeah. Should have saved the Felios R for these two.
Right.
This should have been, arguably, if this was, some of this came down to mechanical misplay by War, this should have been a really hard winning fight. Zio was like 1v3 for a bit by yourself. Should have been an instant kill. Not surprisingly enough, not a lot they can do here when
dive topside.
Well, yeah, the low HP Shen can't do really much against the Volibear.
That should be first tower. Yep, there it is. I don't know if that second charge goes off. TF's going up to answer it.
TF will get in time. Should. Can't clear the wave. Drake
just autos it once it's done.
Seconds. Good time. Good recall timings on LLW's end here. TF has TP Ignite.
Megan is coming up.
She will start moving down. They do have Crab Vision on them, but it will run out soon.
TFTP
starting it. TFTP going down. Ruckus will not be there for the initial fight. Kapesk partially overextended. They will go ahead and punish that. Kapesk instantly going down, and this is not contestable anymore. War should just hard back off here.
Yep.
Interesting positioning by Kapesk there. Not a lot of people to back him off. You can't solo walk into the pit, especially when you see LeBlanc mid-side. They do have plenty of CC and engage on LLW's comp, so very punishing. Get back here. Oh, they might be looking for a fight here. This looks
TP in on Aphelios.
Very winning here. Good Shenar here. Oh, very good Aphelios. Aphelios kiting pretty well. Nitro is stuck here. And one goes down to Chief Batar. But they should not continue this fight. L of LLW is still bot side here. No one goes down for this. Or they continue the dive. Good turret taking, though, by them. But yeah, they should not look to take that fight. They were positioning really aggressively in that sort of that, like, bot left push.
Yeah, like...
They should not be there.
I think they should just back off hard there, back to base entirely.
Ideally, what they might have been, like, predicting is, like, the enemy team immediately backing, but they'd not give them enough time for that to actually happen.
Get the stun off, yep. Ooh.
He gets it.
I don't think he gets it. Nope. She gets away, I think.
Blocking damage. Well, not that
She goes down for it.
Oh, I guess he does here. He doesn't hold gold card correctly. If he holds gold card, he might kill him. But that is Flash R out of Oliver. But yeah, you see that War is not respecting the Volibear damage early. It's sort of like sometimes people will chalk it up to better or worse player, but like you are just not respecting an early game champion. Potential kill onto Kapesk here. That's a turret auto. Guys, remember to turn on target champions only. That is quite an important
Rockets with the outplay.
Well, he sort of
yeah. He just kind of walked away.
Sort of hugged this turret, and the turret hugged him back, and nothing happened.
A lot of love for the red side top turret. Brady getting a lot of damage down on the turret, though. That's something. Plating is already down, so he's not going to get much gold for it, but he does still get that damage.
LW definitely having a massive gold lead so far of those 11 kills.
11 kills to 3.
You definitely also see the CS difference here in the mid lane.
Yeah.
But Car is hard out farming Nitro here. Even though that, because of the result of the fight, he's still down gold though. So that is still relatively bad. Chief Fatar kind of behind. And TF on nothing but crumbs here.
Ornar top, they get Kapesk.
They
Yep.
do get Kapesk. A lot of pick here, and they're not sort of respecting it. LLWs, you can't really outplay LLW's comp here, because they have a lot of like layered CC, and it might get a little difficult for them to like sort of kill carries later in the game. But for now, when they are split, LLW's comp is very punishing for the enemy team. Still got another minute and 19 seconds on that dragon. Would be really nice for both teams, but a little more essential. Lots of flashes going down here for this kill. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if all that was worth it to be burning that for dragon. Volibear ult might be back up, but Rakan ult should not be. And neither will those flashes. So,
Yeah.
So that kill sort of gets nothing. Except 300 more gold on Stormblade, who already has a lot of gold.
Right.
Ideally, what the Awar should be looking to do here is completely crash through top lane. If I were War, I would not contest this dragon. What I would do is I would actually go take Herald immediately, like right now, and try to go for the inhib turret with Herald. They are not in position to do that.
EP coming in from Shen. They're gonna go on Dax.
16 seconds. Potential kill on Nitro Dex here. This kill could turn. Well, Nitro is sort of just horrendously out of position. And TF.
And he still gets out?
TF not auto attacking. Paris with that interesting play. I'm not
sure if I like
that. Very heavy misposition from Karis there. A little bit of BM there by Nitro. Nitro, my friend, I don't know if you know this, but you were horrendously mispositioned, and the fact that they mechanically misplayed to the point where you lived is not you being better, but them being worse. Keep that in mind.
That's the ace.
Wait, and this is... LLW. Wait a minute. I just noticed Zaya has Kraken Slayer while having Airy. Do not believe that's the optimal rune choice at all. I didn't notice it either, but at least with this build, you need to run lethal tempo. Blue team gonna surrender, unsurprisingly.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's gonna be it for game
2.
Game 2.
LLW up 2-0. I think they're just outplaying them 100%.
They're just a lot of these fights just come down to mechanical misplay,
right?
And that was initially a really good call by them. TF sort of needed to get that gold card immediately, ideally even like flashing for that gold card for that initial kill, just so like you really couldn't burn Aphelios flash for that, man. Like that 1-for-1 is not worth it. You are your team's win con, and that is just Desire with Airy and Kraken Slayer. So.
I can't believe we didn't see the Airy until like right then.
No, I saw the Airy. I thought they were going lethality.
Oh, is that something that you do on Zaya? You run
yes,
Airy?
it was actually really, really good for a bit, but good enough for Riot to hotfix it, apparently. Because it was actually fairly meta breaking, so
I had no idea.
They completely nerfed the Airy build into the ground.
If it's apparently that strong, I had never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's a little more common, and I've seen it a little more sometimes in Diamond, but I don't personally. I don't love it, but all right, guys, I think we're gonna go for a bit of a break here. We'll be right back for game 3 pretty soon, and we'll see you guys soon.
Hello, I am taking over, obviously, for Wyke Wazowski. How's it going, Big Lemowski?
Currently going. These games haven't felt close. Is the problem?
So I watched all of Game 2 as I was
Mhm.
doing a quick workout in the basement. I didn't watch Game 1. How did Game 1 go?
Game 1, we were talking. I think War definitely won the draft, but they just misplayed what their comp was trying to do.
Oh,
So,
sure.
I mean, but also, it's also on the fact that LLW has played literally a whole other season together. And Stormblade's just such a good shot caller. He's insane at it. So they know what the comp's doing at all times.
The rumor is now that TKK took down TPP a couple days ago.
Okay.
The rumor is LLW has already secured first place. That's what I was told. I'm just kidding. Of course, they haven't secured.
They haven't secured it, but
that's what they think.
They're in the driver's seat. They're in the driver's seat for sure.
They're in control of their own destiny when it comes to obtaining the number 1 seed into playoffs, or not.
LLW, it looks like the same band's first 3. Thresh, Knock, Tom, and then Olaf, Zoe, Poppy. Same first band rotations. Kazakhs from War. All right.
You know what? When you're down 2-0 in a series, I want them to pull out all this. Yep. There you go. Urgot too. Why not?
That is what they played. Or no. No, they played the Shen into the Urgot. That's what it was. Urgot first game, they played Shen into it. And the Urgot kind of just stomped it.
Yeah.
Oh, but Thigh does get Rel here for the MF pairing. That's big.
I like Thigh High's Rel. I really do.
Thigh High's Rel, especially with MF, is insane.
Yeah, I really like it.
Like we've played him in scrims. It's just really, really strong.
Yeah, I like how this team comp is shaping up already for LLW.
I do like the Volibear ban.
Sorry,
the Volibear.
Oh, sorry. I promise I won't give you guys my diseases through Twitch. Although Twitch is where you get diseases, I think so.
Different kind of diseases, I think. But okay.
Diseases of the mind.
Yes, 100%. The Volibear last game was very strong. Soko is just so good on that champ, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Soko's can make a lot. I've seen him make a lot of champs work. But definitely this team looks prime and ready to take down anybody in front of them. I think they already played GCA, correct? Yes, they did. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I guess who's the last top team for LLW to play here? I mean, let's see here. I'll pull up the schedule. You keep
I got you.
telling me how awesome this comp is.
Pyke. The Pyke Samira bot lane for War.
I like it.
They're going aggro here. I kind of dig it. I kind of am into it.
I like it. Go aggro. Yeah, go aggro. Go big or go home when you're down 2 games to 0.
You're down 2-0. You're just trying to steal one at this point.
I absolutely don't get why teams play methodical when they're down 2-0, because it's like obviously that hasn't been working. Not saying it wouldn't work game 3, but just statistically try something different. Go to the the pocket picks, the different stuff.
Try and hit the home run.
Ooh, okay.
Rek'Sai.
Next week, first game of the week, if it's not rescheduled, TKK versus LLW. As we know, TKK just took down TPP. They've won 3 series in a row, so they're looking poised. TKK is looking poised to take a playoff spot for sure. And if they can beat LLW, I mean, that'd be huge. So we'll have to see.
I have not seen Rek'Sai in a long time. I kind of forgot Rek'Sai was a champ.
I forgot she existed, honestly.
Yes.
I really did.
So it looks like they just need to pick mid lane on War's side, barring something weird like Kazakh's mid. Lissandra. Okay. That makes sense. I think that's a good matchup into LeBlanc for lane, at least.
I think something Riot realized with Rek'Sai is the champ is either super broken or just irrelevant, and they haven't found a good way to find that middle, the sweet spot. And since they couldn't find the sweet spot after all these buffs and nerfs, they're like, whatever, just we're gonna leave her be and just
Until we figure something out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
We're
they've
just
tried
gonna-
to rework her, and it just hasn't worked.
They're like, let's just come out with more Seraphine skins because this isn't working.
We just need money. We need money to fund Rek'Sai reworks.
Quickly pump out the Seraphine skins so Rek'Sai's playable.
Uh,
Oh, funny.
what is? This is one of Patar's most played champions, which I do like. The Bard I did not think was very good last game. Not necessarily his fault though. I
Yeah.
just don't think it was a good pick in the comp.
I saw a couple missed cues that shouldn't have been missed. However, I saw some really good alts coming out from
Right.
Chief Qatar as well. So, kind of making up for some early kills
Right.
that might have not went their way.
I don't like the pairing with Aphelios and Bard. I don't think it's good, personally. Obviously, the ideal one's Thrash, but Thrash has been banned every game. But I don't know. Bard just doesn't do it for me for that pick.
And I am surprised they didn't even look at the LeBlanc ban. Maybe they did talk about it, but it is impossible to ban Stormblade out. I personally don't like playing against his LeBlanc one bit.
From what I remember, you don't like playing against anyone's LeBlanc.
No, LeBlanc, my two least favorite champs in the game are LeBlanc and Shaco, because I'm convinced they're the same exact champ. They both just have clones, disappear. They can both dash random. I don't know.
Just randomly, yeah.
They're both really hard to kill when somebody very experienced is playing them.
Right,
so,
yeah.
I hate them with a burning passion. No, I'm just
That's
kidding. I realistically, it's just some people are good with those champs, honestly.
Right. That's how I personally feel about Pyke. Like when I'm playing by myself or I'm playing like solo duo or just playing with friends, I always ban Pyke. The champ drives me nuts. There's something about it. I have like a mental block.
I don't like Pyke either. Kind of the similar situation with like can just turn invisible, randomly dash, randomly movement speed, like
and
just bonus.
Just the free execute if they get low. Okay. I don't know. Just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It's I guess hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike very many champs.
Yes, I'm not a fan of Pyke. Is my least favorite.
Yeah, Pyke. I banned Pyke for a solid like 6 months after he came out. Was not a fan of that either. I'm interested to see what strategy War implements to make this any game or different than the first two games, rather, because I don't know where Lissandra comes into this comp. I really don't. Like, if they had a Misfortune ADC or something, or I don't know. What do you have any idea where Lissandra comes into this comp?
I'm assuming it's just to win lane. Hopefully, win lane against Stormblade. I'm assuming.
So it was purely picked for
right.
LeBlanc. Yeah. Okay.
That's more my thought. Personally, when I play mid into LeBlanc, I always pick Galio, but Lissandra can do the same thing.
I don't mind if you pick a champ just to survive lane.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That's fine, even if it does nothing for your team comp.
But, I mean, it definitely is good later, and it can be used to lock down the MF and team fights. Even it's just you gotta get back there, especially with the rel. It's gonna be a little hard.
I believe QSS gets you out of it.
Yeah.
I assume Stormblade might build an early QSS here.
On LeBlanc? Did you build QSS on LeBlanc?
I mean, yeah, you could build QSS. I see early QSSs on every champ against.
That kind of makes my brain hurt.
Seriously, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Right.
You don't finish.
No, you don't. Well, yeah, you can't finish the item with her because it's AD.
The only problem with the QSS is it gives you a decent amount of magic resist, but they only have one magic champ on the side of War, so it'd be
only have Lissandra, so you're not getting anything outside of lane.
No, yeah. So basically, it would be such a taxed item. I assume Storm's not going to build it because the value on it will just be so low.
Right.
Now, in QSS, I wonder if that gets you out of Urgot ult. I don't know.
I don't believe it does, but I could very easily be wrong. I haven't played against an Urgot much lately.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I was more referring to does it remove the mark? But I know once you're chained, it's over.
I know
Unless
it doesn't
they
remove
kill her.
Zedmark anymore, so unless it's a different interaction than something like that, I don't know.
Just what Zed needs, more ways to kill squishies.
That's been around for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Zed. There's a lot of champs I don't like, probably just because
Right.
I get schooled by them.
You just
Basically,
just
every
stop
champ,
by him.
every
Any champ
that
that
I don't
beats
play,
you.
every champ I don't play, I just dislike. I'm just kidding.
If it stomps you the next game, you're like, man, I hate this champ. I'm not a fan of it. No,
Not a fan. Horrible
get
design.
it out of the game. Come on,
When
Riot.
really the person was just better than me, but I'm over
Yeah.
here like making fun of Riot's balancing team.
Riot, fix your game.
Fix your game. They're like, fix your skill level, maybe? I'm like, nah, it wasn't me though.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. Impossible.
But for War, I think the way they win this game, at least, or try to, is you go bot hard early. I could be wrong. I'm not a very skilled player at this game, but if you get that MF behind and you get your Samira ahead, that is a good win con for them, I think.
Lamouse, we know you're the best Thresh out there. Come on.
My Thresh is clean, but then it just gets banned. So
I don't. I really played. I think I played Thresh once in my life and didn't do well. So I'm like, I don't like this champ. But
I love the champ.
I know I should practice champs more than that before I throw them to the wayside.
Yeah. I'm the kind of person that just plays a bunch of different champs to see what I like. The only champion I have never played in League of Legends is Victor, and I refuse. I refuse to play that champion.
Victor? Why is that?
He doesn't make sense to me. It's a lot of moving parts, and I don't like it. I don't know what it is about him. Just don't like it.
See, that was me with Elise. I was like, there's too many abilities. She has seven. She has like 7 abilities. I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
But Nidalee's fine.
Yeah, I could actually get used to Nidalee because she's just a smash your face into the keyboard champ.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like once you land a spear, you literally just smash your face into the keyboard.
You just face roll, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really. You press the R button and then face roll when you turn to a cougar or whatever.
Yeah, you hit the spear, go cougar.
Yeah, and then
at the keyboard.
Yeah, with Elise, you actually have to like press your abilities in a certain order, and there's so many of them. It's just.
I'm very bad at jungle. The one champion I used to play a little bit of Elise and a little bit of Rengar, which makes no sense.
Yeah, hey, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because I tried.
Is fun.
Rengar is fun, but Rengar is really not that strong right now.
I think Oh, game's been paused.
Big old paw.
Quick bathroom break. Okay. I think the problem they ran in with Rengar is the same problem they ran into with Rek'Sai, where when Rengar was overtuned, it was unplayable for it was unplayable for anybody like under the plat level.
Yeah.
And so there's a few champs like that where they can't find the sweet spot. It's either too weak or too strong. But what do you do?
Gotcha.
Asterisk, I knew it.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, go ahead.
If they play through bot lane, I think War can win. From what I've seen, they have not been playing very well together.
Which is strange because usually War plays very well together. I've seen War. Obviously, scrims don't mean anything. I've seen War just go off in scrims and play together really well, and then when it comes time for the game, it's just kind of falls apart. In fact, if they keep dropping too many games, they're going to be looking at being outside of those 6 playoff teams. So we'll have to see how that works out. But either way, what was I just about to say?
Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. Oh my gosh.
Patar, I like the switch up because Patar the past 2 games has played not necessarily only enchanters, but Bard's kind of like a pseudo enchanter, and the game before that it was Yuumi, which is like it's hard enchanter.
Yeah.
And I just did not like the Yuumi pick. The way Patar was running it just seemed kind of odd, especially in the late game. Like the one fight that ended the game, Patar just kind of got caught, and then LLW just ran him down.
Yeah, when you get caught out on Yuumi, it's kind of embarrassing. you know.
Yeah,
And I get that you have to go ward and stuff. Like I get that.
but you can't go warding by yourself as Yumi. You can't face check into a team that has Galio Shen.
Yeah.
Because no matter who you run into, they're just jumping on top of you.
Yeah, exactly. As strong as Yumi is right now, she definitely has her downfalls as a support champ. For instance, you can't ward by yourself, whereas most supports can go off and ward by themselves.
Right.
Like depending on the game state, you can't ward by yourself if you're getting smashed. But
right.
She has her downfalls. I think overall she's a good champ right now, and I think we are back in the game.
We are back in the game. Yes. Nice.
That's fine. Hey, it happens.
It works.
But yeah, so what I was gonna say was I agree with your synopsis there, or you saying they have to play through bot lane only because a Fed Samira I think is just nearly unbeatable.
Yes.
Like when a Samira gets a pentakill, just FF there because why even play the rest of that game? So I get what you're saying. Yeah, feed the Samira, and after all, Karis is one of their best players, if not their best. So, do what you can to get him ahead.
Looks like they're just going 5-point again.
Oh, I was gonna ask, are you doing play-by-play or analysis? I don't care either way.
I think Wyke was doing play-by-play. If you want to do that, that's fine.
Sure.
I just kind of been talking when I see something.
Of course, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, Urgot. Why isn't it Pajama Guardian Urgot? All right, I'm uninterested now.
I think that was the one Ruckus was using. I know one of them was using it. Maybe it was Brady in game 1. No,
I like this pink Rek'Sai skin. I don't even know what it is.
Then again, I haven't seen
Rek'Sai in so long. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that's a chroma for Black Frost Rek'Sai, if I'm not mistaken. Because they have like the same color chromas for every skin where they make a chroma, and the pink's one of them. I'm pretty sure it's Black Frost. Yeah.
Gentlemen don't usually point this out, but Slushy did miss nearly that entire wave. No, there's still the back line, but that is unfortunate.
That's why I don't lane. I play support for a reason.
Farming is probably for brand new players. Farming is the hardest aspect to get used to. I've just been used to it now for a while on different champs. But when I start learning a new champion lane, farming gets hard all over again because I don't know how much damage their abilities do. Even different champs autos are a little bit just a tiny bit off on damage than others.
And it can either be like the other way, like MF does more damage to minions for that first auto, so that always throws me off when I play MF personally.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and
big trade onto Slushy.
Slushy is going to take a very unfavorable trade there. And looks like also Brady is on the top lane there. So overall, LLW winning these early trades. Hook goes wide. So yeah, not looking amazing so far, but the game is too early to tell.
Right.
I think that the wave is exactly where War want it right now in the bot lane. This is right where they want it, and they are going to do a decent amount of damage. He does jump out before the stun goes through.
Thigh just barely getting out there at the W is kind of big. If he doesn't get out there, that's first blood for sure, though.
Yeah, I would say so. Ooh, we do see a re-engage. I don't know what he's going to do with this re-engage, but it's about sending a message. It's about sending a message, Lemowski.
Yeah, 100%. If you get that under tower, that's a lot bigger, but obviously not in the right setup for that.
They all do group for the scuttle. There's like Kapesk, you dirty insect, you get away
from nice the scuttle. Team fight for the scuttle.
And they are going to they're going to try a double scuttle, and we are going to see a team fight here, and Kapesk does dodge. However, I don't think Karist will be as lucky. Karist does get away. We do get the jump over the wall from Thigh High Crocs. Unfortunately, we will all be for not. Karist does get away. No, he does not, because we get the flash over the wall from Stormblade. The flash ignite, I believe. So, I wouldn't have, obviously hindsight 2020, but I don't know what he was doing walking back into that fight, knowing they have a LeBlanc. They know the other team has a LeBlanc, right? Yeah. So it's but
and Rek'Sai tunnel. Like,
Yeah.
you're in a bad spot there. You just walk away.
Yeah, I got the caster hindsight, but I mean, it just did. Oh, we do see Brady taking actually a favorable
That's a
trade.
good trade.
Yeah.
Rek'Sai clearing vision.
LLW is going to try to clean up this series just in, clean fashion. They're going to try to have a 3-0, just like you're going number 2 and you don't even need a wipe. It was just so clean. But
The old
we'll
ghost
see.
poop. Yep.
But we'll have to see because Wardens, they can make it a scuffle. They've had some good series in the past.
Is LLW the one that always drops like a random game, or is that a different team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was the kind of what I dubbed them with.
Yeah,
after,
the curse.
Because they dropped a game week 1 and week 2. However, they were to the next 2 best teams, which was TPP and GCA.
Right.
I would be surprised if they didn't drop one game next week against TKK. For being possibly the best team in the league, they do drop some random games here and there, but that's still really not. They're totally.
It kind of comes with the territory sometimes.
Yeah, you have a target on your back, so
right.
It is what it is. I have nothing against them. LLW. Right. I personally think they're the best team in the league right now, but we will have to see. Wow. Okay, Slushy did even up that farm in the mid lane after being down by a decent amount, and all the farm actually looks even now. Biggest lead being bot lane. Misfortune over the Samira. Oh.
Hex flash.
Okay, so we are going to get a flash in. We are going to Nitro Dax is probably going to go down here. I don't see how he gets out of this. So Chief Patar will get the kill. They will try to get the kill into Thigh High Crocs. They do get the Lissandra passive, and some people don't know how strong that Lissandra passive is. Once you get caught in it, you can't move. So well done, Wardens of the North. Gain a good double kill, or not a double kill, but just kill on Chief Patar. Yeah, 2 kills. So like we said. I don't see many ways Brady actually
just walks away.
Flashes one way he can get out of there.
That pike hook mid LLW was huge.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Pike is one of his main champs. So
yes, 100%. It's like Pike, Thresh, and then he plays a little bit of Bard.
This is really bad for Kapesk. He is definitely going to get baited into that. He is going to almost lose his life. Not quite. We are going to possibly see a fight here. Ruckus is going to use the ult. Actually, Ruckus doesn't make it out of this. He doesn't know that he knows that he's surrounded. Yeah. So we are going to see, a nice double hook coming in from Chipatar, rather a double stun. 1 kill is going to go down for each side, and we'll see if Ruckus can make it out of this alive. We'll see if Chief Patar lands the hook. We do get the hook landed. However, Stormblade is going to get some revenge damage down. And the stun does land. I don't even know if that stun. Did he mean to do that, or was he just trying to get away? Either way,
I think he was trying to get away. Yeah.
Either way, it was spectacular, and they are going to dive. They're going to dive Kara's here. I don't think there's any question about that. We will see. He doesn't have ult yet, so he should just go down. Unfortunately, without Samira ult, you can't do anything about that dive. Good punish on the other side of the map coming in from LLW.
I mean, realistically, if you have... you guess you can't have Pike there since he's just up top, but if you can get a stun there... But they don't go for that if Pike's there, so that doesn't make sense. Never mind.
That's all
Ulting the wave to clear it?
Yeah, I like that. I do that on Misfortune.
Yeah, since you're resetting anyways, yeah.
Yeah, you're resetting. You want the wave under tower. I do that on Misfortune all the time.
Right.
I do it on Rumble as well. Especially since late game Rumble's ult has like a 20-second cooldown. So yeah, well done. I'd say well done from Wardens, just because they have the kill lead, which for how the series has been going, I would say that's a moral win.
Right.
They don't have the gold lead yet.
The confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the gold lead is a lot less.
Yeah. And we are going to see the root come down. Soko maybe made a mistake here. He is going to get the knock-up. Well done, but the kill is going to come through from Slushy. And Stormblade is actually in trouble. Chief Patar, I think, let that hook out a bit too early. He was going to try to do the ult things, but...
Yeah, the Pike ult.
He was not in execute range.
I have nightmares.
I have, yeah. When Pike first came out, do you remember? I was so mad. I was like, why does this champ exist for real?
It's the same way I felt about Akshan, but Akshan's so undertuned.
All right, so this is why you pick Lissandra into LeBlanc. I kind of, by how aggressively he was playing, I saw that coming. So I think Stormblade was trying to do an outplay. I get where he was coming from. Like, oh, we do get a steal onto the dragon. No, that wasn't a steal onto the dragon. They were the ones on the dragon.
Yeah.
However, we are going to get a fight here. We are going to see Nitro Dax does not have ult, so that is the one unfortunate part about using ult to clear the wave earlier.
Right.
Well done, gain dragon and gain a kill. Wardens of the North, I think we can safely say they have the lead in this game. We are going to see a
they're
fight.
definitely pulling ahead.
I don't know, just nonstop fighting. Ruckus probably goes down here. He does. Prady gets the kill. This is nonstop fighting. I don't think there's any way he gets out of this because Soko has his ult. Some jukes coming through. Soko's going to try to kill him without using his ult, but we will see. Yes, he does not have to use his ult.
The only way I think maybe he gets out there is if he just stands still and Rek'Sai just goes by.
Yeah.
But that's like, you have to be thinking of that, and I don't know if he even saw him, so I don't know.
Well, like we brought up earlier, nobody's seen LeBlanc for 76 years, or so it feels. So it feels like. So maybe he just forgot that was even a mechanic. We will see if the burn does not enough to take him down. Kapesk is going to go for something cheeky here. He needs to get out of there. Yeah, he needs to get out of there post haste. And yes, we are going to see the cheeky kill coming in from Kapesk going back to where the clone was. I will say, I know what Stormblade's going for. Like, I totally get where his mindset is, but that's the second mistake in a row where I'm like,
it's a little greedy.
Yeah, very greedy, and also like, what are you doing there? But
you gotta kind of cut your losses there, yeah.
But again, like, these are all mistakes I make daily, like
100%.
Like,
yeah, me too.
So there's no, obviously I can't criticize, but
no.
I think with that, he actually is. He is not winning the gold lead in mid lane. He is up in farm, but he's definitely down in gold. We are going to see Ruckus go down. I think that is a nice flip, and that is for sure going to be a kill, knowing that the ult is down. So Wardens of the North, they're in the captain's seat for this game. How do you think LLW gets back into it?
I don't know. The only way I think they can come back through this is playing through bot lane, getting the MF ahead, because she'll just still do insane damage.
This is insanity. I literally can't even. Okay, that's going to be a counter kill. Oh, they do get a kill down. No, they did not get a kill down bot. And the minion autos will not be enough. Misfortune's gonna try to get the E. No. This is nonstop.
Cars, we really got it back.
This is absolutely non-stop action, and it is starting to look like a solo queue game here, but
it's going off the walls.
Yeah, this is not like as a play-by-play. I don't think I've stopped talking for a while, just because it's they're just gonna keep fighting. Now I can take a break. My voice can take a break now.
No, I don't understand why Karis is still there. Like, you're 10 health, MF has E up, or if not, it's a low cooldown. It's coming back up. And that's a long-range ability that she can just throw on top of you and kill you super fast.
And that's the second time Karis has done this, right? Because that's what happened in the first team fight. He stayed around with 5 HP or whatever.
With like 10 HP, yeah. And the Blanc just like flashed over the wall for first blood.
Yeah. It's like you have to know they have a LeBlanc on their team. And that, like, I don't know. But
LeBlanc can get over any wall in this game.
Yep. So
LeBlanc has also not done much with that first blood.
Yeah.
Other than farm better.
This is still a very close game. Ruckus is in a bit of trouble. Ruckus will have to try and ult Kapesk if he can. Kapesk needs to actually keep his distance, and that is exactly what happens. Kapesk is going to play Ring Around the Rosie here with his ultimate, and they will ultimately get the kill on Ruckus. I don't know if I would have burnt my flash there, but I like the attempted outplay. Slushie is going to die mid lane, so it will be a traded kill. We'll see if Chief Patar goes for anything. It looks like not.
Oh, yeah. Just back up there.
So, overall trade top for mid, and plates will be going down in the top lane. So, overall, a win for TPP as far as gold. But it was a shutdown, I believe, on Slushy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe it was 3-1. Yeah, probably. This Urgot is going to be scary, I think.
Yeah, I believe this Urgot will be very scary. Big shout out to Slushy though, having 9 kill participation in this game, 9 out of 12. That's very huge.
I mean, that's what you kind of got to do on Lissandra, though. You got to be all over the place, especially with your E. How you can just dash over walls with that and help your team utility wise.
Yeah, I think Slushy's playing the champ well, not losing by much in mid for really how the early game went, and overall, Wardens of the North are still in the driver's seat, though the gold gap is closing. It's only at about 2K at the moment. Oh, and the hook goes wide. Shoot. So they probably
contest this, yeah.
Yeah, they're just gonna give it over, which is fine. An early Mountain Drake does nearly nothing stat-wise. I think it gives you like 3 magic resistant, 3 armor, or something like that, maybe less.
Yeah. Also, and they're not stacking, so it's not as big.
Chief might be in trouble, or nope, call an ambulance, but not for me. They go. They go onto Stormblade, and Soko is picked up right away. Oh, but the misfortune, the bullet time, a lot of it is blocked by Karist, so that was a very good play. However, it still does a lot of damage. We are going to get the resets coming through on the side of Chief Batar, and this is going to be a 1-team fight for Wardens of the North. That all is going to land. Nitro Dex is out of here. We're going to get reset upon reset upon reset, and the hook will land. This will be an ace coming through for Wardens of the North, and another reset. This is why you don't let Chief Batar play the dirty pirate from down
This
under.
is why I ban Pike every single game. He's a support, but he has the most kills on his team. He is probably doing the most damage on his team, other than maybe Kha'Zix at this point in time, I think. And maybe Urgot.
And look at how much gold he spread around his team with the Yurka,
with the passive,
Yeah. Oh, we are going to see a weird engage coming through. I don't know if I agree with this.
Especially if they
he is actually going to die, so that was a very ill-advised engage with only 2 people on your team there. Kapesk will trade for his life. Almost assuredly, that is going to be a kill. So it's a 1-for-1 there, but the Rift Herald doing a lot of work there in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think if you're thigh-high there, you just wait a few seconds for your team to actually be there and ready, and then you go in for the W. But obviously, maybe they don't know that. Maybe he didn't see the rest of the team there, but just a little preemptive, I think.
Yeah, a bit preemptive. I agree with that. I will say, I don't know. Stormblade has 2 blasting wands in his inventory. He, I don't. Okay, well, I'm just imagining a scene in Harry Potter where it's like, well, 1 wand's not enough. You need 2. Ooh, this is actually going to be. Ooh, all right. Is it going to be enough damage? It is going to be enough damage. And this is why you pick Lissandra into LeBlanc. The CC chain is just... Oh, Soko is going to try for something. And Slushy's going to try to...
You just eat away when you get it up.
Well, Slushy taking that tower shot also kind of sealed the deal. But that tower is going to live. Somebody just needs to breathe on that eventually.
Live for another day. How much health is that? 5, 6? Wow.
Jeez. Why do the towers look different? Am I behind on something?
It's Arcane. Yeah, the Arcane event. So all the minions and all the big buffs, like the dragon, not the dragons. I think Elder looks different and Baron looks different.
By the way, if anybody gives away Arcane spoilers, since I'm not caught up, I will have to drive to wherever you are. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't watched it, so you're good on my end. I'll probably watch it tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited. I heard it was good.
I've heard very good things.
Yeah, which is good to hear. So yeah, Wardens of the North is still in the lead. However, they can't start playing sloppy. They need to play slow and methodically. And just walk up and auto it.
Tickle it. Yep.
Yeah,
just give it a little tickle.
Give it a little. Just fondle the turret for a second.
Just give it a little kiss. Just a little.
Kapesk might make a play here, and it was sniffed out by Ruckus.
Yeah.
That is the bush you always have to worry about when you're playing bot lane there. When you're
especially after that first turret goes down.
Yeah. Yep. After first turret goes down, that's the bush. There is a movement.
even before that, you still kind of have to worry. So like,
Yeah,
because
the
that's always a bush
jungle
gonna dive
dive.
through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest dive. Oh, we are going to see this ult come out, and they are going to jump straight out of it. Thigh High Crocs takes a lot of damage. We're going to see a TP coming in bot. We do see
Yeah.
Cars going in. He is exhausted almost instantly, though. I don't think Cars survives this, but he does have. Oh wow, that was a huge.
That's a lot of damage.
So that was huge. We are going to see the ult come through, and we are going to see your cut given away. But however, the trade will be kill. Or oh no, it won't be a trade kill. Oh, that was very interesting. I
Wow.
didn't. Okay, so we are going to see another kill coming through from Brady. And there's a lot of low health bars on the side of Wardens, but they just got a little bit outplayed there with the stopwatch. They're going to see if they can get the kill. They are going to get the kill here, but it is going to be 1,000 gold.
Two
Okay,
for it.
so.
That's a shutdown too.
So, and Stormblade's going to come in. I think Stormblade gets Karis here. Stormblade does not quite get Karis, but the Ignite does go down. And Brady, you're tanking tower there, buddy. So, overall, LLW wins that fight. Very bloody fight on both sides. Congrats for LLW. They just got back into this game in a huge way.
Oh, yeah. The shutdown on the Pike certainly would help. He was 7-0-6. That's insane.
Yeah.
Leading the team in kills.
Yeah.
As a support.
Yeah, he was worth 1,000 gold. That is insane. And now that he has the anti-ward item, he has his Prowler's Claw. This is going to be not very good. We still got the double blasting wand, the double. What's the name of Harry Potter's staff?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have not watched Harry Potter in years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time for me too. Don't play Muss in chat.
That's not my scene personally.
Oh, he did turn the blasting wand into a Ludens, so now he is going to be a lot more dangerous. Yeah, just one. So he's going to be a lot more dangerous here.
And the Magi with 4 stacks? Alright.
Oh, okay. So I like the attempted steal coming through for Nitro Dax. However, the drag does go over to LLW, or to TAD rather. Why am I to Wardens?
It's all good.
It was a long day with we are going to see a pick coming through. There is no way he's getting out of that one. They are going to maybe do a re-engage here because the Urgot is strong, but then they thought better of it because the whole team is going through. Oh, Kapesk, I don't know about that one, buddy, but they are going to try. I don't like that engage at all. So they might just go for Baron.
Yeah, 100%. That's the second time this series Chief Patar has gotten caught out in like a bad way. The first time was that Yumi game, like right towards the end, and it's always going to be impactful, especially at this point in the game when you're playing like, especially this game Pike.
Yeah,
a lot of your team's damage, and you just.
Oh boy. So Wardens is just not using. So Lissandra ult didn't go down. There's just a lot of things happening right now that should not be happening, and thus I believe this Baron is set in stone. Unless something huge can happen.
Tar has ult. Patar can try and do something. I don't know if you want to, though.
Oh! Okay. So we are going to see a kill coming down. We are going to see another kill, and they are going to take down Thigh High Crocs. Actually, not a bad result there for the side of Wardens. They take out 2 Baron buffs just to start out the Baron power play. So, okay, this game's interesting. I don't know who's winning anymore.
Looking at golden kills, it's still war, but the Baron certainly helps.
Yeah.
LLW definitely has a way back into this game. They're still in this 100%.
Oh, for sure.
They're down 5k still.
And Wardens would have won this game already if it weren't for like some of these silly plays we've been seeing. Like this one right here. He is, I think, just going to survive. Kapesk is going to go for the play here. And yep, Kapesk will get the kill. That is a 400 gold shutdown. But will it be a trade kill? Kapesk is just going to fight him. The minion wave will help a little bit. That will be a double kill. Ruckus is not having the best game. That is unfortunate. Because if you can't kill an insect inside of your own ult, it's just not looking great.
Not having a good time, though. And he's going to heal off the Scuttle Crab, too. He's like almost back full.
Is there only one Baron buff left on this team?
I think Nitro has it still. I think it's just Nitro, though.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to. And Nitro really can't be, I mean, he could push with the whole team. So
Right. Realistically, Nitro should be with the team in most fights. So
yeah.
yeah,
All right,
Nitro's
so
the only one with Baron.
with those 2 kills coming on the top side, I think that Warden safely is in the lead again. But it's such a fickle game, you know. I don't know who's winning every second to the next.
It's definitely gonna come down to a team fight, 100%. Probably around Dragon or Baron. That's what's the big thing with these kind of games. They're so scrappy and so bloody.
This would be a huge morale boost if Wardens could take a game here at the end.
Take a game off them, yeah.
Huge morale boost for their team.
Especially how the first 2 games went. Especially last game. Last game was not good.
No.
That was
Thigh High.
kind of a good one.
Oh, and we are going to see the team fight here. Kars is going to get cut out. Kars is going to die instantly. That is unfortunate. Didn't even get the ult off. We are going to see a disengage. Kapeski is going to get chilling smited. He is going to get ulted by Soko. We're going to see if he's able to survive. Oh, no, that was an amazing bullet time coming through another shutdown. And so they are just going to have to get out. This is where, unfortunately, as a Pyke, you can't do anything. There are no low health bars. You have to just get out. They are all chasing him. He is dead for sure. They might try. They can't end the game, but
Dragon's up soon. They can get that for sure. They'll get mid turret for sure. Though.
We're gonna try and dive Prady here.
Gonna dive an Urgot? I don't like that idea.
Yeah, I don't like that idea either. But with some of the decision making we've seen from both teams a bit, I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you just get mid tower and then fall back to Drake is what I would do, but
that is what they are going to do.
Yeah.
And
or they're just resetting.
Fortunate for the side of Wardens, they lose a huge team fight and basically lose nothing off it overall. Just a mid tower that was about to go down.
Eventually going to go down anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So
not the worst case for Chief.
No. Wardens really have to be breathing a sigh of relief that team fight was just for gold, basically.
I think there's going to be a big fight around Dragon right now.
Yeah. The pole does go through, but not on the target. I'm sure he intended. They are going to have a big fight coming through. Chief Patar gets blown up instantly from the LeBlanc in the back line. We are going to see a huge knock-up coming through from Thigh High Crocs. Thigh High Crocs is going to go down. However, the damage is already done. Oh, we do see a kill coming through. Prady will not get his ult back. And Wardens of the North is actually cleaning up this team fight very well. I don't think you should be chasing the LeBlanc, but maybe you have to. You really don't have a choice. Just take out Soko on the front line. They will try. They will get the kill. Stormblade is going to try and do something cheeky. Not sure yet. The Dragon does go through for the side of Wardens, from what I saw.
If Mordekaiser has ult up there, that's 100% a LLW Drake, but they didn't have it, sadly.
Yep. You just ult the jungler, you get a free Dragon. That is the beauty of Mordekaiser, no matter how far behind you are.
You always have your ult.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, okay. This is definitely a game.
This is very back and forth.
Very back and forth.
And yet somehow we're still at a 5k gold lead for it's more.
Yeah. That would have been a nice pick, but Thigh High has been on top of those dashes, getting out of Pyke's own dash, rather.
Thigh is very, very good at positioning himself, at least in this game.
Yeah, he has been. And the 2 team fights ago, his ult was just insane.
Big, yeah.
Yeah. Chief Patar.
I don't really know what you're doing there. He's
going to take out a pink ward and get out. Not bad.
He's playing super aggro, like super up in their face, which does backfire sometimes, is what I've seen.
It does, and I know I told them they have to play aggressive because they're already down 2-0.
Right.
But now that you have the lead, like
you don't still want to be up in their face.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting caught.
Like, good job. You took my advice. You have the lead. Now let's play conservative, play back a little bit. But we will see here. Soko's build is just completely online with the 3 items there. It's just Stride Breaker, Sterix, and Death Stance. Once he's up in your face, he's going to be hard to get out. Prady could go for the 1v1 here. Oh, he did not. Okay, interesting. I feel like that's a free 1v1, but okay.
Yeah, there's no one around. It's just like regular old top lane again.
Well, you know what? Fair enough. If this team fight starts, LLW for sure has the high ground because Urgot is way more impactful in these team fights. We are going to see a fight go through, and they are going to get the kill. Huge bullet time, most of it blocked by Karis. Karis has been saving his wind wall. I don't know the name of the ability. Unfortunately, it's basically a wind wall.
Yeah, it's basically a win wall. I don't know the exact name. I don't remember Samira's names on her abilities.
Ooh, lots of damage going out there. Yeah, Karis has been saving it very well in these team fights for the bullet time.
You kind of have to.
Yeah.
The other big thing here, Prady does not have TP, but Ruckus does.
This is they should back off this, in my opinion.
They do not have their Urgot. They need
unless they can rush it. Soko could easily get the steal here. Oh boy, they do get it. So very good job coming through. Slushy's going to have to ult himself immediately. Slushy does not, because his ult might have been down. We are going to see Karis possibly die in this ult. Nope, Karis is unfortunately, Ruckus is a bit behind here. And they won the team. They won the team fight. They got the Baron, and we have Prady in the bot lane just taking what he wants. We'll see how he does in this 2v1 if he's able to pull it off. He is going to do a ton of damage here to Thigh High. They are just going to back off. They don't want any part of this.
They don't want that smoke. This Urgot is scary. That's a lot of damage. He's going to get the inhib for free because they cannot step up to him, especially now that he's here.
And Big Lemowski, we are looking at a Game 3 upset. Though the series didn't go their way, if they win this game, that's huge for the new team. I mean, this is an expansion team. This is a team that needs wins like this to get into the playoffs. And taking a win off of LLW, just probably the best team in the league, the morale boost just has to be through the roof.
Yeah, you got to be feeling good after that.
Pets needs to jump out. He has to flash. His
he
jump
didn't
was
have
down.
Jump, but yeah.
Yep. The fight over this dragon, his flash is down, but waves are crashing in on all three sides.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can do here, especially stepping up like this. You got to step up for this Drake, because if they get it, they just end the game.
Oh, a missed hook, but
it's either you win this fight and get drag as LLW, or you just lose. Because if they have soul, they can just run it down.
Prady has teleport up. Prady should think about teleporting in, but nope, they actually are going to get the dragon, and this team fight is all but lost. And actually, they are just going to run away. We will have to see how it goes. And nice dash coming through. The kill goes through. Prady is going to do what he can to slow down Soko. Soko is going to go down, and so they are just going to try and end the game. We'll see what Stormblade can do here to hold off the onslaughts, hold off the siege, hold the line, but
I don't think it's much.
I don't think so.
Baron Infernal Soul on Samira and Urgot, I think they just end.
Yep, yeah, they probably just end here. Yep. They probably just end here, and so we'll have Karist has to be on his P's and Q's here because it is a LeBlanc, and you are an ADC. So
right, you can still get blown up. They back up a little bit.
They are not going to try and end. It looks like they are going to play it safe, and I actually like this because you have the Dragon Soul, you have 2 inhibs. There's
you are a stronger team. You don't want to throw there, yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to throw there, because with both of them down, if they both die there, the other team could easily walk up and take an inhib on the other side. There might be enough time to take an inhib, possibly. So yeah.
Awesome. TP top.
I guess I should ask you one more time, Big Lemowski. How do you see LLW? If you were to give him advice right now, how would you tell him to get back to this game?
I don't think you can. You gotta
you gotta
pray for a fight.
You gotta wait for mistakes like this because it looks like Prady's making one.
You gotta win a team fight. That's the biggest thing here. And you get a pick like that. That's big.
Yeah, I was about to say you wait for the other team to make mistakes like that. Yes. That's 1,000. Yep. That's 1,000 gold in Soko's
right in your pocket.
Soko's already insanely fed.
Because I don't think they win a team fight against them. They're so big with the Infernal Soul, with the gold lead, almost being 13k now is what it looks like. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I don't think you win a team fight. You gotta pick your battles.
And with it's a 4v5, and they're backing them up. That's how you know that Wardens is ahead. There's not much to be done here. with that Dragon Soul, they are going to back him up a little bit. Karist is going to have to ult, but he is exhausted. Karist, unfortunately, but that is a nice kill coming through from the side of Wardens. Wardens is going to try to pick off Stormblade, and it is going to happen. Did you see that Lissandra passive?
Disgusting.
Lissandra
The
passive.
Lissandra damage is just insane.
I know. Lissandra passive with her W did insane amounts of damage. Okay, wow, okay. That was a great ending. I am so glad I came in to cast this third game. Congratulations to Wardens of the North. Taking a game off what I consider to be the best team in the league. Well done.
That was really well played, yes.
They can go back to the drawing board happy now. They won't be happy they dropped the series, but they can be content.
They take a game off of what is probably the best team in the league.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be mad about that. You can't be mad about a 2-1 there.
No.
At the end of the day.
No, you can't. You can't. And this kind of goes back to the stereotype of LLW dropping random games. They're undefeated in series, obviously. We know this. But, just a game here and there. I don't think it'll affect their standings that much. But Wardens, it more so affects their mental state going into next week's games.
That's 100% big for Wardens. They can leave with their heads up high with that one for sure.
Yeah, and I almost wish we had somebody in here who also knew how the TAD versus GCA series went, as that series looked like an absolute banger.
Does look like a banger series. Is there anything in like the Discord maybe? Let me see.
Possibly, yeah. But wow, I'm very glad I came in to cast that third game. That was a very good game.
That was probably the favorite game I watched of that series, 100%.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
it was a lot closer.
Sure, it was the closest.
So the score for the GCA game, because Hextex is streaming it, is 1-1.
Oh wow!
And the game is actually really close right now.
Yeah.
Span did get Leo.
Oh,
I did see that.
The Sun Simp himself.
I felt so bad. I played Leona like 2 out of 3 games yesterday, and I saw the chat. Span was like, "Oh no, I did my Leona. I'll never get it." And then I was like, "And I'm getting it every game. What is this?"
Yeah, it's probably a big mistake to give that.
They are up in kills and up in gold right now as well, but not major gold difference. It's
wow.
Like
okay.
100 gold, 300 gold.
I'm impressed with TAD. They've really come back in a huge way. If they win this game, they might even be on the other side of the playoff line. I'm not sure. But, yeah, as far as the series, we just got done casting. Hats off to both teams. We're getting to that point. We're getting to that point in the season where every win is just really, it's so valuable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the difference between playoffs and not. So, yeah, I guess we will have to see how it goes. Any final thoughts on that series?
Not really. They played very well that last game on War's side. They played that last game so well. It was super close, which is probably it's the closest game I saw of that series. The first 2, it was not close.
Yeah. And, actually, congrats to LLW, honestly, for coming back into that third game, because there was a point in the game where I thought they were down by so much. I was like, just surrender. LLW actually made it very, very close.
They made it a very interesting game to watch, especially towards the end.
Yeah. It was an entertaining game, whereas I'm sure the first 2 were not as entertaining.
The first one started off good. The second one was just, they lost in draft. They lost the whole game easily there.
I gotcha. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready whenever because I definitely want to watch the end of this series. I hear it's a banger. I know GCA is winning a bit, but it's 1-1. So yeah, any other thoughts, Lemowski?
Not really, no. I think I said everything that I had.
Perfect. Thank you for joining us for LLW vs. War. And join us next time. We are going to raid the TAD versus GCA. And, see y'all next week.